He was as good as dead when I came across him, running through the motions of his tedious job. He may as well have been. I hadn't seen a sign of life in gens. It was a rare treat to see some new creature waddle its way through space. But they never lasted long. He worked maintenance, traveling to the fringes of known space, patching up communications relays. They used to send drones out, but sending these poor bastards proved to be much easier on the wallet. Now there's a fine line between brave and stupid, and this guy wasn't anywhere near it. Out in deep space in a tin can with the thick musk of recycled air, he was a worker bee who didn't see the big picture. He sat perched on that comm relay for spans. Couldn't quite come to grips with what had just happened. He didn't have a hope in hell without his ship. He scavenged himself an improvised set of equipment. At the time, I wondered where exactly he thought he was going to go. No, I've never bet on anything. But if there was anyone around, my first would have been that he'd be dead before he made it 100 tracks. Warp nodes let him cover large distances. They were designed for ships, but surprisingly, they didn't tear him apart. Navigating through the movements of the asteroid belt seemed a trivial task, but he struggled with the math. I decided to examine his brain post-mortem. I added a reminder to my calendar. If you ask me now, I couldn't tell you what possessed me to save him. I can only say that in that brief sim, I wanted him to live. Unintentional as it was, I had walked right up and introduced myself. He thanked me for saving his life. To this gen, I couldn't tell you why I did it. He told me his name was Harrison. He's hungry, and he wants to go home. The closest thing I had to a name was a dynamic address. Cut off as I was, you could call me Null. Barbecue is life, he told me. There isn't a thing in this galaxy that doesn't taste better with grill marks on it. Ribs, coleslaw, some of Mom's rhubarb crisp, and a scoop of vanilla. I'd never eaten before. Harrison told me, that's a damn shame. We're 4 systems away from my home planet. Nearly 2 to the next communications relay, he said. That's the only way anyone's gonna know I'm still out here. I have to make it. I should have done something about that. We passed an abandoned mining colony. It was nothing but automated junk the miners couldn't be bothered to scrap. The machines were old, run down. He was right at home. There never seemed to be a shortage of scrap obtanium. It wasn't edible, believe me, he tried. But I was able to craft it into useful upgrades.